As like my girlfriend called the cops on me to get all her stuff out. Insane.
I didn't threaten you, bro. Bro, how did I threaten you?
Oh my God.
Doherty Jack, thank you for the 25 gifted.
He got robbed for $300,000, clowned by his ex live on stream, and still hit go live. Some people crave content. Jack Doherty? He needs it like oxygen. This isn't just a breakup story. It's a masterclass in manipulation, live humiliation, and what happens when clout becomes currency. And the most shocking twist? It might have all been by design. So here's the question. If your ex made millions off content you helped build, would you feel betrayed or just outplayed? Drop your take in the comments. She didn't just ghost him, she brought law enforcement. Jack's ex-girlfriend McKinley ended their relationship and immediately called the cops to remove her things, with Jack still inside. It wasn't a quiet breakup behind closed doors. It was a police call streamed to thousands. Jack claimed it was a misunderstanding. He sounded stunned, confused, desperate, but McKinley didn't hesitate. She knew exactly what she was doing. The internet split in real time. Half called her smart, half called her shady. But one thing was obvious. This wasn't about safety. It was content strategy. If someone plans their exit with a camera rolling, they're not just walking away. They're dropping footage. She didn't block him. She dialed 911.
I can't believe it. I've done everything for this, and that's how I get treated. What a fake ass, bro.
3 hours. That's all it took for Jack to unravel. He went from calm reassurance, saying she'd be back in a couple days, to calling her fake, breaking down, and raging at the chat. Earlier that same night, he was convinced their love was real. By morning, the meltdown was undeniable.
"I've done everything for her,"
he cried.
"and that's how I get treated?"
What we saw wasn't just heartbreak. It was delusion collapsing in real time. This wasn't love lost. This was identity in freefall, on stream, for clicks. Denial doesn't delay pain. It just gives your L a head start. He thought it was a fight. She planned an escape. Then came the chain snatching.
6 of us right here, me, Dave, Christy, and the 4 guys. And then next thing I know, Dave and 2 of the guys are there.
Jack was walking down Rodeo Drive in broad daylight when it happened. A group rushed him. They weren't asking questions. They just took 2 diamond chains worth a reported $300,000. Gone in seconds. His security's reaction? They had guns. Jack, stunned, looked around in disbelief.
"Where's yours?"
he asked the guy he paid to protect him.
Dog. Dave, what the fuck, bro?
They had their gun.
Where's yours?
The footage hit Twitter before he made it to the police station. Even Jack admitted it.
"I didn't even see them. I was just trying to hold on to my watch."
He walked into Rodeo, dripping in diamonds, and walked out a cautionary tale. Wearing 6 figures on your neck doesn't make you rich. It makes you a walking lick.
A watch can be replaced, a bullet can't.
And just when people thought the story couldn't get more surreal, the alleged robber dropped a diss track. "Come get your chain back," the hook mocked.
Get your chain back. Come on and get your chain back.
Over and over again. It wasn't just robbery. It was branding. A crime turned into content. A mugging turned into a meme. The track went viral. Jack stayed quiet. Some fans were shocked. Others laughed out loud. He got hit in real life and roasted online. This wasn't just about Jack's chains. It was about his image. You don't just get robbed anymore. You get remixed. Humiliation has a beat now. Jack didn't waste time playing the victim. Days after the robbery, he introduced a new girl to his stream. But fans noticed something weird. She looked familiar. Same hair, same vibe, same online promo rollout.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
She even started teasing her own OEV account. It wasn't just a rebound. It looked like a rebrand. Jack wasn't recovering. He was relaunching. And just like that, McKinley 2.0 was live. People didn't know whether to laugh or call it genius. When your relationships feel like sequels, love stops looking romantic. It starts looking monetized. If your new girl looks just like the old one, you're not heartbroken, you're rehiring. Meanwhile, McKinley was thriving. She popped up on stream again, but not Jack's.
I don't know what's more beautiful, the fireworks or you?
This time, she was holding hands with rising streamer Lacey At Disney World, there were fireworks, viral clips, fan edits, and TikToks galore. It was cute. It was cringe. It was everywhere. Jack watched from afar, and the internet watched him. Viewers joked that Mickey Mouse had stolen his girl. But what really stung? Jack wasn't the main character anymore. She was. Breakups used to mean distance. Now they mean content battles. Public relationships don't die quietly. They get scheduled. Mickey Mouse stole Jack's girl, and the crowd went wild. Jack wasn't done watching. He didn't just tune into McKinley and Lacey's stream. He started donating, live. Viewers watched as Jack sent gifted subs to the guy now dating his ex. "Should I send 100 subs?" he joked, while his chat begged him to stop.
It's $150, you know? It's not that bad, yeah? We'll spend more on you today. Yeah.
But the messages went through. Jack's name popped up on screen. The couple laughed. So did everyone watching. It wasn't just money. It was ego. It was heartbreak turned into humiliation.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Doherty Jack, thank you for the 25 gifted.
Broadcast by choice. You know you've lost the plot when you're funding your ex's new relationship. He paid for their date, twice. But it gets worse. McKinley wasn't just holding hands. She was building a funnel.
Can we skip and hold hands?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Oh, my ACL.
Oh.
She used Lacey's name and likeness to promote her OF account. Clickbait messages, suggestive captions. Lacey wasn't in the content, but his fans paid anyway. He tweeted in disbelief, called in lawyers, and warned followers, annoyed, "I'm being used. I'm not in any photos or videos." But by then, the damage was done. In this game, clout isn't shared, it's extracted. If your name builds someone else's income, they don't love you, they're leasing you. You were never the partner, you were the promo. Then the internet asked the question no one wanted to answer. Was it all fake? Friends of Jack, some even from FaZe, started talking. What if the breakup was scripted? What if McKinley's rise and Jack's fall were part of the same playbook? They pointed out the perfect rollout. Emotional collapse, a viral robbery, a replacement girlfriend, and a Disney romance. Too clean, too convenient, too profitable. McKinley made millions. Jack stayed in the algorithm. If that's not teamwork, what is it? In the creator economy, even betrayal has business potential. When your lowest moment drives someone else's engagement rate, you have to wonder, was this pain or product? She wasn't the victim, she was the plan. But just as that theory caught fire, something darker surfaced. Clips began to resurface of Jack admitting something chilling, that McKinley didn't want to launch her OF, that she cried, that she resisted.
And I didn't have an or anything. I actually didn't want to do it. I was so against it.
And that he told her, if you don't do this, you're going back home. On stream, he framed it like hustle. Off camera, it sounded like pressure. That's when fans labeled him Tate Jr., a smaller influencer playing a familiar script. Control masked as business. Coercion packaged as empowerment. Consent blurred by financial dependence. If love comes with an ultimatum and a contract, that's not a relationship. That's a revenue model. She didn't just fall in love. She got recruited. Jack didn't stay silent for long. When people started calling him a manipulator, he brought in his new girl, McKinley's lookalike, for backup. On stream, he asked her, "Can you confirm I never forced you to make an OF?" She smiled. "You didn't force me." That wink, just 5 pixels wide, sent the internet into a frenzy. Was it sarcasm? Real? A setup? No one knew. And that was the point. In influencer culture, ambiguity is currency. Facts don't trend. Drama does. When your reputation is on fire, a winky face is lighter fluid. One emoji can start a war. And then the real betrayal came. Not from a girl, but from his own crew. FaZe Adapt and other insiders began to speak out. They didn't mince words. They called Jack controlling, calculated, said he used McKinley as a puppet, even joked that he was pulling strings behind the scenes of the Disney date, that the whole new couple act was his idea. Suddenly, it wasn't just trolls turning on Jack, it was his day ones. When the people who know you best start airing receipts, your silence stops looking strategic and starts looking guilty. When your circle talks, listen carefully. That's not gossip, that's a verdict. At some point, everything became content. Jack didn't just get robbed, he vlogged the aftermath. McKinley didn't just cry about trauma, she told the story for TikTok. Lacey didn't just feel betrayed, he streamed his reaction. Even the worst moments weren't private anymore. They were marketing collateral. Pain wasn't something you processed, it was something you packaged. And the fans ate it up. In this new economy, emotions are monetized. Regret has a rate card, heartbreak has hashtags, Tragedy now comes with ad revenue. The truth is, none of these relationships were really about love. Jack admitted early on. They weren't official until she agreed to build a business. That business was her body sold in monthly subscriptions. She didn't get a ring. She got a link in bio. McKinley later said it went against everything she was raised with. But she stayed, because in Jack's world, affection was transactional, and attention came with strings and spreadsheets. If love needs a business license, it's not love, it's a startup. She wasn't his girlfriend. She was the product.
Then came the theories.
What if Jack didn't even get robbed? Some fans claimed the whole thing was staged, pointing to convenient timing, shaky footage, and oddly calm reactions. Others speculated it was karma, a setup, even linked it to no jumper. Nobody had proof. But in Jack's world, truth has never mattered as much as traction. Real or fake, the robbery worked. It made headlines. It kept his name trending. And it made people forget, for just a moment, that he was spiraling. If your lifestyle is fake, even your pain becomes a prop. Real or not, the L still hit. But here's the twist most people miss. No one in this story really lost. Not Jack, not McKinley, not even Lacey. McKinley's OF surged. Jack's streams stayed lit. Lacey went viral. Their feelings? Probably real. But their outcomes? Pure marketing. In this ecosystem, love doesn't pay the bills. Clout does. And pain? That's just fuel. Every argument, every tweet, every awkward stare on stream, all of it converts. Heartbreak is temporary. Followers are forever. Love ends. Clout converts.
Here's the uncomfortable truth. They're not the only ones keeping this going. We are.
Every like, every comment, every click, we fuel it. When Jack cried on stream, we clipped it. When McKinley switched sides, we shared it. When Lacey broke down, we memed it. They stream through trauma because it works. And we keep showing up for the next episode. This isn't just their downfall, it's our entertainment. We don't just watch the mess, we fund it. Their drama is your dopamine. And now, here's the craziest part. Maybe Jack never lost control. Maybe this entire saga, from the relationship to the robbery to the rebound, was exactly how he wanted it. It kept him in headlines. It kept the money coming. It made him look pathetic, sure, but it also made him profitable. Some people sell merch. Jack sold Meltdown. He didn't fall off. He leaned in. This wasn't a tragedy. It was strategy. He didn't lose control. He gave it away. Jack's story isn't rare. It's the blueprint. Public love, public failure, and somehow public profit. Every breakdown is a brand expansion. Every X is an asset, and every L comes with monetized visibility. But before you judge Jack or McKinley or Lacey, ask yourself something deeper. If turning your worst moments into viral content paid more than your job ever could, would you still log off? Because what we just watched wasn't chaos. It was content strategy. So if you think this saga ends here, think again. The next episode's already loading.